and it is almost time.
It is.
Raise your hand if you're excited to get started this morning. Oh, right there, Mrs. Aragosa's classmate. He's the
Yeah.
first one with his hand up in the air. Nice job. Super excited to be here this morning. Well, go ahead, Miss Tammy.
Oh, I was just going to say hello to Mrs. Hart's class. I hope your sound issues are fixed. And Mrs. Santiago says the weather is warming up, but it's been raining in San Antonio.
Okay.
I feel your pain. Go ahead, Mr. Hawkins.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. We are so excited to have you here with us today. And if you've been here before, we want to thank you for joining us on this new venture. I know that Ms. Dunbar and myself have really enjoyed being here and being able to share Minecraft in your classroom. So be sure to thank your teachers for being here this morning and checking us out. So if you haven't seen me before, my name is Mr. Hawkins. I teach third grade. Coming to you today out of Boise, Idaho. I was just telling Mrs. Dunbar this morning that Friday it was 80 degrees here, and today it's 31 and snowing. So, we woke up not super excited this morning, but I'm super excited to be teaching Minecraft. So, welcome again, and glad to be here. So, pass it over to Miss Dunbar.
Hello, hello. I'm Mrs. Dunbar. I'm here in the great state of California. We say we're near there here in Manteca. We're about 75 miles east of San Francisco and about 75 miles west of Yosemite National Park. So we're near there. But some of my fifth grade mavens, Minecraft mavens, are here with me today. And I'm very happy they're here because they've been helping us troubleshoot some things. And so, yay, welcome, Dunbar's Digital Domain fifth graders. So you heard me use the term Minecraft maven. And you're probably thinking, what on earth is that? So if you go to the next slide, you'll see that Minecraft mavens are people who are comfortable opening up worlds, accessing inventory, using codes, and enthusiastic to share their knowledge with other people. So right now, in your classrooms, if you are a Minecraft maven, raise your hand up really, really high so your teacher can see you. If you are a Minecraft maven, put that hand up high. I don't care if it's the right hand or the left hand. And teachers, take a look around at those raised hands. Those are the kids who are going to help you when you need help or when other kids who don't have their hands up need help. Those are your Minecraft mavens. So congratulations, take that hand, mavens. Pat yourself on the back because you are going to be helpers today. And that badge will be available to you to have for all time because you are Minecraft mavens. And Minecraft mavens are the kinds of people who understand um, digital manners because what you do is when you want help, when someone wants help, you give it to them, right? These are what Minecraft manners are about. Someone asks for help or someone asks you to stop, you stop. Someone says, hey, let's talk to each other and work together, you do that. If you have a great idea, you share it, you listen. And if you need help, you raise that quiet hand. And remember, we're going to be giving you some prompts today and some jobs to do. Listen closely. Every test is a reading test. Every assignment is listening and reading. So be careful and make sure you know what we're asking you to do. And that goes for any lesson in school and anytime you get a job. This is career advice, everybody. Listen. Okay, so let's click on and talk about our learning objectives for today. Here are the three things we're hoping by the end of the day you can do, and I'm sure you will. Number one, you can code the agent to move and set items. We'll talk about what an agent is in a bit. You can use sequencing to have your agent do a series of events in a logical manner. And you can use sequencing to complete a task using coding. That's what today is all about, coding, coding. And so let's take a look at this next slide. And I want you all just to look at it for a moment and think about how you would complete this maze just for like 15 seconds. Take a look and think of the bottom as being the entrance and the top part as being the ending point. And take a look at that and think about there's a logical way to go through it. So if you click it one time, I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and there's only one way to go. I guess now I'm going to go left. Click one more time, and oh, I've got a couple of choices here. I could go to the left or I could go forward. But if I go over to my left, yeah, I'm going to go that way. Oh, I've got another choice, but that's a dead end. So I'm going to have to go left again. So I'm going to click there, follow that up. Ooh, lots of choices, but there only seems to be one that goes up. So going to go up, click again. And oh, there's the exit. So there's a whole logical sequence of events that takes place. Oh, did I just use the word sequence? Let's talk about that vocabulary word for today. Sequencing. It's the order of steps used to perform a task. So take a look at this picture. If you were going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what is the first step you would take? Think for 5 seconds. What's the first step you would take? And then in each classroom, teachers call on one person with a quiet hand to have them tell you what's the first step they would take. Okay, so I'm hoping that your first step was to open the package of bread. How many of you first step was opening the package of bread? Good for you. You're going to have a successful peanut butter sandwich. But there's a sequence of events, right? I can't just open the peanut butter and start spreading it. I can't just take the plate and the knife and, cut out through the jelly. I've got to open the package first before I can even get to the bread. So there's a logical sequence of events to make something happen. And that's what the word sequencing means. Now, let's talk about some Minecraft terms that you're going to be seeing today. The first one is code builder. Oh, I love code builder. It's the interface used for coding in Minecraft education. In Mr. Hawkins in my day, it didn't look this cool. It just looked like lots and lots of type on black letters on a white page, right, Mr. Hawkins?
That is correct, yes.
But nowadays, it looks like Legos, and you snap them together. And each thing, if you start from the top and work your way down, is a logical sequence of events. And everything that happens is going to happen from top to bottom. Okay, so that's the sequence, and the code builder looks like this. Now, there are a couple of things you need to know, and one is the agent. We talked about the agent earlier. The agent is your robot that you can control using coding. The agent can move or build or destroy depending on how you code it. It's your agent of action. I love action. So if we go to the next one, we're going to talk about some of the building blocks of code. The first one says on start. When you have that particular block, it executes automatically when you hit play. So as soon as you hit that play button, this is the first thing that's going to happen is what's ever inside this on start block of coding. Okay, so on start means I hit play, boop, and that's what's going to happen. If you look at the next one, it's on chat command. So when you add a specified command in a chat box and you hit play, right, then this is what's going to happen. And you have to hit play in code builder before you exit, for this to work. It doesn't just happen. You've got to hit the play button in code builder and then exit for that to work. Okay. Then the next one is agent set, block, or item. This gives the agent something to build with. So if you look there, it says agent set block or item. So this agent is going to have, you can see one of those nice wooden blocks. It's going to have one block and it's telling me where it's going to be. Okay. And then I've got to set an active slot, which is the slot the agent is going to use. So I've got to pick the number for that as well. And we'll be going through how to do that in just a moment. And then lastly, it's agent place. So we're giving the agent something, we're telling it where to go, and then we're telling it where to place the block. So logical sequence of events. Get an agent, tell it what kind of block, tell it where to put it, let it go there and put it. Okay, total sequence of events. What's our next slide? Big ideas, right? Because there's a big idea behind every lesson. Why is sequencing important when coding? Why is sequencing important? Yep, I can see those little brains going. Sequencing is important because if you get it out of sequence, the agent's going to be moving somewhere without a block in its hand, right? So you have to have that right order of events. And in the back of your mind, I want you to be thinking about in what other areas of life is sequence or order important? I think you're going to find it hits all of your curriculum subjects. We'll talk about that at the end. So right now you're going to see something pop up on your screen that may startle you, and it is a creeper. So when you see the creeper, that means whoop, hands up off the keyboard, take a look at the screen, and listen to the instructions coming next. And guess what, boys and girls? I think it's time, isn't it, Mr. Hawkins?
I think it is time. I think
All
that
right.
now that we kind of have an idea, we've seen some of the basic blocks in code and talked about a little bit, that it's time for us to play around a little bit with our coding. So, you guys remember this guy? Okay, he's our code agent today, and I just want to briefly discuss with you to get this guy to show up on our screen. If you're on a computer or a Chromebook, once we get into Minecraft, you're going to push C on the keyboard, and that will activate your code builder. If you are on an iPad or a touch screen, you're going to see this little guy up in the top of your screen. He's going to be a little icon at the top of your screen in Minecraft, and that's how you will get the code builder to pop up on your touchscreen device. So just a little heads up before we get started. A couple more things. If you haven't been with us before, you're still kind of new to Minecraft, remember the crosshairs out in front of you. This is kind of the direction that you're looking, and this is controlled by your mouse. If you're on a computer, it's also controlled by your trackpad on your Chromebook. And if you're on a touch screen, then you're just going to touch the screen and move that back and forth. And then the W on the keyboard to move forward. We're going to we're not going to build a lot today. We're going to let our agent do most of our building today. So that's kind of cool. Again, if you're on a touchpad, and that little agent icon will show up right up here on the top. So you should be able to see him once we get into Minecraft to get started. And then for those of you that are on a touch screen as well, you'll also see this little chat icon, kind of looks like a speech bubble. And we're going to use that also because when we start our commands, we might have to chat to get it to start. So we're going to make sure that we're of that chat button as well. Okay? All right. We are going to think about this sequence of code really quick before we jump into Minecraft. All right. I want you to think about it. If we were going to run this, it's like reading a book. Okay. We start at the top and we work our way down. And like Ms. Dunbar said, it's a sequence of events. The first thing happens, and then the next thing, and the next. So I just want you to look at this for a second and think what is going to happen when we type in the run on this command here. Think about it. Got some ideas, hopefully. Okay. All right. We're going to move on because we're going to just keep, this is a set of events that's going to make something happen. All right. We're going to try to replicate that in just a few minutes. So if you're already into Minecraft, that's great. If you're not into Minecraft yet, we're going to get in there now. Okay. So make sure you find it on my computer. I just go down to the bottom and I search for Minecraft. And it pops up, and I just click it to log in. Yours may or may not be the same, but hopefully you know how to get in there. And then once we get in, we're going to build something. So I'm going to go ahead and get into Minecraft myself at this point, so we can actually go in. So let's get into Minecraft, and then we're just going to get to this screen. I've logged in already. I'm in Minecraft. I am right here waiting for instructions. So I'm going to just give you a couple seconds to make sure that we're all in. As I look around in the classrooms, it looks like a lot of you are already here and ready to go. So we're going to do one thing to help out our teachers today. Okay, we're going to click on this settings button. So boys and girls, if you would find this settings button on your screen, we're going to click into it, and we're only going to change one thing. Okay, so just quickly click this settings button. It's going to bring up this new menu. On the left side, we're going to scroll down to where it says audio. Okay, so it's just a couple scrolls down and you'll see the audio button here. We're going to click that audio and we're going to drag this slider all the way over to the left to 0. Okay, and that just turns our sound off. I know that as students, we love to hear the Minecraft sounds, but if you have 20, 30 students in your classroom, that can, be a little annoying for your teacher. So we want to make sure we keep them happy, so they're bringing us back into Minecraft again. So just make sure that's slid over to 0, and that's it. We're done. We're going to click the back arrow up here in the settings. We're going to back out of this so that we can actually get into the game. Okay? So turned our sound off. Teachers are happy. Now we're going to click play. Okay, so let's everyone click play here. And then once we get into this screen, we have lots of choices to choose from. We're going to look for the one that says create new. Okay, we're going to create a new world. So we're going to click the plus sign, create new, and another menu is going to pop up. Okay, we either got new or we have templates. We're going to choose templates. Okay. we're going to choose the templates here. And once we find a template, we're gonna get some options. We're looking for this blocks of grass template, and yours may not be right here. Mine's here because I use it all the time. You may have to scroll down to look around for the blocks of grass, but it will be there. If it doesn't show up, you can click this View More Templates, and then go into Starter Worlds and Biomes. I'm going to back up one more time. So again, it wasn't here. I scroll down to View More Templates, and then Starter Worlds. Okay. And then Biomes. And then you should see blocks of grass here. And this is just an empty, flat world. So our code builder's not going to crash into anything, and he's going to be able to build for us. Okay. So click blocks of grass. It's going to take us in here. We're going to go ahead and click Create World. Okay. So click Create World. And we're going to get that world to show up. Okay. Give it a few minutes and you should get into this empty, flat world. There may be some animals moving around, but that's okay.
Ms. Delgado's class is saying that they're logged into their Minecraft accounts, but they're not seeing the function options being explained. I think she's talking about the left-hand side there. You just have to hit the letter H, right?
Yes. So on your keyboard, so right now I have no controls on the left side. If I push the letter H, it'll pop up so I can see my controls, my guide. Okay, good. All right.
Yep, she says we're good.
Perfect. All right, so we're in this world. If I move my mouse, you can see I look around the world. If you're on a touchpad, you can touch the screen and move yourself, and it just turns you. And if you're on a Chromebook, you have the trackpad, same idea. You kind of move back and forth on the trackpad. It will look around, move your crosshairs. All right. W will move us forward, so we may have to, once we get building with our code builder, we may have to go find a new flat piece of land so our agent doesn't bump into anything. So really, those are kind of the only two controls we're going to basically need today, is to be able to look around. We want to be able to see where our agent is, and then we also want to be able to just move to W to a new spot. Okay, so we're going to get into code builder. So if you're on a device with the keyboard, you're going to push the letter C for Code Builder, okay? And you're going to get a screen that's going to pop up. Okay, but I'm going to change out of this for just a second. Okay, because this may be what your screen looks like once you push C. You might get this screen right here where it says Choose Your Editor, okay? And the one that we're going to use is this Microsoft Make Code, okay? And all of these editors are just programs used to build the code or read the code, okay? And so when I do this, I always just choose the Microsoft Make Code, just because it's one that I'm familiar with, okay? So you're just going to click the Microsoft Make Code. If you're on an iPad, you've touched that agent, you probably have the same screen pop up. You're just going to choose the top one, the Microsoft Make Code. Maybe it's not on your top one, but look for the pink icon and you're just going to click it. What that brings us into is it brings us into this new screen where we are able to not really see much here. There's lots of tutorials and projects, but we're going to just click this My Projects. We're going to start a new project and we're going to build something together. Okay?
Question in chat is, what about our iPad students?
So they should still get the code builder screen to pop up. So if you look on my screen, you can see this little, he's the little agent guy. He should be on the screen up in the top up here by the chat. You should be able to click on him and it should open up your code builder. Okay. And then once you get in, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click the Microsoft Make Code. Should still be an option there. And then we're going to get into this. Okay. Yeah, let us know if that worked. All right. We're going to click New Project. All right, because once we click New Project, that's going to be the location where we get to build our code. So we're going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it Practice. That seems like a good word. You can name it just a letter P if you want. The name is just basically for you to remember what it was for. So I'm just going to call it practice. You want to call it test because that's shorter. You can totally do that. I know my students in class like to be short here. They just like to put in one letter. So anyway, the naming is just for you to remember what it is. So whatever you want to type in, and then we're going to click create, and it's going to bring us to this screen. Okay. Once we get to this screen, we have a couple of options where we want to build our code. We can build it in this on start block, or we can build it in this on chat command. Okay. And so the difference is, Ms. Dunbar explained it, that when we put it in here, when I build all my code and I click this play button down here, the agent will automatically run our code. If I put it in this, build my code in this command block over here, then I'll click play. Nothing will happen until I get back into my world, and then I actually have to chat. I actually have to type in the text box the word run to get my agent to do something. I kind of like this one better because then I can watch what my agent's doing. So I think that for today, we're going to build in this on chat command run, and we're going to use that so we can kind of watch our agent work. It's kind of fun. All right, so we're going to go into, we're going to grab our first piece of block. Oops, just a second. Sorry about that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell our agent what that we want him to do something. Okay, so we're going to grab our first piece of code. We're going to drop down here to the agent piece right here. We're going to grab this. We're going to click on the agent. So this is our file cabinet, our binder, our book of code. So everything we want is in here. And we want our agent to do something. So we're going to click on the agent here. And it's going to bring up all of this code for our agent to see. And I'm going to, if you didn't see how I did that, right here on my screen, there's an option to make that bigger, full screen, so I can see and really see where my code's at. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I lost my code. Hang on just 1 second. There it is. Okay. So if I just click on this screen, I can randomly move it around so it moves to where I want it to be. Okay. All right. So in our agent, we are going to find the one that talks about the blocks. Okay. So if I scroll down to inventory, I can see the agent set blocker item, and I'm going to grab that block. So I'm just going to click on it, hold my button down. If you're on an iPad, you're just going to click and touch it, and you're going to drag it over here, and you're going to snap it into your on-chat command run. Okay, so those blocks, you can hear them snap in, or you can see the yellow where it's going to snap in. That's how we connect them. Okay, so I'm going to change this first block. I'm going to change it to something that, I find cool to build with, and you guys can pick anything you want. I'm going to go ahead and go with this blue wool. Okay, so my agent's going to build with blue wool. All right, so I just set the block in slot 1, and I'm going to go ahead and change this count 1 to 64. I don't want him to run out of wool blocks. I want him to have enough that he can build whatever I choose. Okay, so I click on the drop down arrow to set the block. I click on this first circle to change the number that's in the count, but I'm going to leave this in slot 1 as 1. And this is just like when you're building in Minecraft with your hotbar. This is like hotbar spot number 1 for our agent. Okay. All right. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my agent and back down to inventory. And the first block right there is set active slot to 1. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to drag it out and connect it to the bottom of my first block. Okay. All we've done so far is we've told our agent what we want him to build with. We've gave him 64 of those items. They're in slot 1. So now I need to make sure I tell the agent, hey, when you're building today, in this next section, I want you to use whatever's in slot 1, okay? Because that's where our block is. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to have my agent place a block. So I'm going to click the agent, and in actions, because he's going to be performing some action, I want to grab the one that says agent place forward. So I'm going to drag that one out, snap it to my block. So now I've told him where I want him to place this block. But the problem is if he places it in front of him, if he moves forward, he's going to run into the block. Okay, so on the drop down arrow right here, instead of forward, I'm going to tell him to place it back. So he's going to place it behind him. Okay, that way he won't run into it when he moves forward. All right. Ms. Dunbar, anything in the chat so far? Or are we all
Not
looking
so
good?
far. Is there a way to make it a little bit bigger so they can see it better?
Yeah, I can do that.
There
Absolutely.
you go. That's perfect. That's better.
Yeah, okay. I had it bigger and then it was
Thank you.
it disappeared and then now it's
Yeah.
back. Okay, here we go.
Soup's easy.
Soup's easy. Okay, so agent has a block. He has 64 of them. They're in slot 1. We set that as active. He's going to place behind him. And that's what he's going to do. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tell the agent to move forward after he places that block. So we're going to go to the agent and agent move. We're going to grab that and drag it out of here. Okay. And we're just going to have it move forward by 1. Okay. So simple piece of code. It just gives him a block, sets his hotbar spot to 1 where the blocks are. He's going to place behind him, and then he's going to move forward out of the way. Okay?
Which is a logical sequence.
That's a logical sequence. So we're going to now click our play button because we're going to go see what our agent is going to do. Okay? So click the play button, but remember, nothing should happen because we told him to place when he moves. But here's the one thing that did happen is my agent showed up. He's here on my screen. And I think I'm standing on his head or really close to him. So I'm going to move out of his way because when he builds, I don't want to be in his way because otherwise he won't be able to build anything. Okay? So there's my agent. It's kind of cute. I think he's kind of cute. And he's just hanging out there. He's got nothing to do. So I'm going to give him my command. Okay? So to get him to execute my code, if you're on a computer with a keyboard, you're going to push the T button. T for talk. T. If you're on a touchscreen, remember that little speech bubble icon we talked about? You're going to push that. And what happens is when you do that, you're going to get the little chat command block here. Okay? So, do you guys remember what the word was that we told our agent to use?
No, someone's having trouble getting the play button to work, they're saying.
The play button.
Ms. Dozier's class says we are having trouble getting the play button to work.
So once you
oh, she said
play,
she had to minimize her screen and then the play button worked. Okay. Oh, that's what Ms. Morgan said. Thank you, Ms. Morgan.
Yeah, once you click play, the code should disappear. Yeah, you may have to minimize it. All right. So right here, the word that we told our agent to recognize was this word called run. Okay, so we're going to type in run there, and we're going to click this enter button on the end, or on your keyboard you can push enter. Either one works just fine. But keep an eye on your agent because he's going to do something. So I'm going to click that button, and oh my gosh, he placed the block I told him to. The blue piece of blue wool just showed up right behind my agent. 1 block, that's all. But remember, that's all we told him to do, right? So if he's out of the way, if I run the command one more time, what should happen? Hopefully.
Will it happen again?
All right. Oh my gosh, he did it again. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, Mr. Hawkins, this is great, but that's only 1 block at a time. That's pretty slow. I can build faster than that. Sure you can, but we have to have a foundation, right? A starting point. So let's go into our code builder. Let's change our code. Let's manipulate it a little bit and see if things change a little bit, okay? So we're going to push C on our keyboard. None of ours worked on the iPads.
Oh, no.
None of them worked on the iPads. Okay.
So which part didn't work on the iPad?
Yeah, did it not build?
Were you not able to code, or did the agent not work? That's Ms. Armendariz' class.
Yeah, and if you want to come off mute and chat with
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
it's okay too.
The agent didn't move.
Okay, so just check. So let's go back
Okay.
and check our code. Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. A.
Yeah, let's go back in and look at our code and just make sure that we have that our agent's moving forward. If we tried to move, if this was backwards, he'd crash into the block and he wouldn't move.
Right.
So yeah, let's check our sequence of code. Okay, because the rest of us, if you got it to work, we're gonna change it a little bit and say, okay, so we're still gonna keep this the same. He has 64 blocks in slot 1. We're going to make sure he's active slot. We're going to make sure he places behind us. Okay, make sure that says back. And then what happens when we move our agent? Instead of moving him forward by 1, what happens if we change this number to 4?
What?
Let's see what happens. Now, hopefully in your head you're saying, well, I think he's going to move forward. He's going to, okay, should be 4 blocks. So we're going to click the play button again. And it should disappear. And I think that's what sets it up. So if for some reason the iPads it's not working, I wonder if the play button for some reason is not. Something's happening with that. Okay.
I don't know.
We're going to push the T button on our keyboard to talk. Some of you probably already ran this and you're excited. We're going to type in the word run again. I'm going to watch my agent. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to push enter. Oh.
iPad agent said, oops, agent out of blocks.
Oh. So let's check. So if he's out of blocks, let's check.
Did
Okay,
you
so
set
did you
it for
guys?
64? Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And
So,
Ms. A checked the code and says it still doesn't work.
okay. That's sad.
Maybe you can turn your camera on and show us the iPad in frame so we can see what you're seeing.
Okay, so I had this code set up, and I thought what was going to happen was it's going to place 4 blocks, but it only placed 1, and then the agent moved forward 4 spots. So it did not do what I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to go back in and see if I can troubleshoot. So I'm going to push C. And then for those of you that are saying your agent is out of blocks, make sure that you set your agent, make sure he has 64 blocks in there, and that it's in slot 1, and that you set that active slot to 1. Okay, if this active slot is 2, what do you think is going to happen? Probably nothing, right? Okay, so in slot 1 there's blue blocks. All right, now he did not do what I wanted him to do, so I'm going to change this back to move forward by 1. Now I can put this same code in again, right? So if I go to my agent and I go to place block back, so it's down here in actions, and I drag that over, make sure I change it to back, and I tell my agent to move forward again. So remember my goal is to get 4. So here's 1 block, here's the second block, okay? And I'm going to do that again, and then hopefully he'll place 4 blocks, okay? There's another way to do it. Some of you might be thinking I could throw a repeat loop in there and that would work. But for those of you who are not quite sure, we can just keep putting that in there. Agent place, back, agent move forward. And I'm going to copy that 4 times so then he'll actually put 4 blocks down, okay? And I'm making sure that every time he places, that I change it to back, okay? And then agent move forward. Oops, wrong one. Okay. So I have our agent ready to do all this code. I'm going to click play. I'm going to jump out of there. I'm going to look at my agent. I'm going to push T. I'm going to type in run. And, oh my gosh, he did it. Woohoo! Okay, so I was able to get him to build the wall 4 long, which is what I was looking for. Okay. And so we have a basic start to our code. Yes, Miss Dunbar.
Oh, I'm posting in chat about
Okay.
the iPads. I'm still trying to
Perfect.
make sure we can
Troubleshoot.
get that fixed. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. All right. So raise your hand if you were successful and your agent was able to place a block and you were able to get a block that was
Oh, Miss
a wall that
Dozier's
was
class.
4 blocks long.
Yay.
I see some
Miss,
thumbs down.
oh.
I'm going to bring my code back up because I want you to be able to see it and see
Mm-hmm.
what's happening here. Because if you were able to get it to build 4 blocks long, do you think you'd be able to go 10 blocks? Do you think you'd be able to change the color of the block partway through?
Oh.
And I can tell you that the code that you need is all right here. All you have to do is copy and change a little bit of the code, and you should be able to make your wall 1 longer, okay? And 2, should be able to change some code. I'm going to show you one last block just in case you're interested in using it. If I go to loops right here in the green, there is a block in the loops that is called repeat. And so what I can do is I can bring that repeat block out here, and I can grab my place back and my move forward inside that block.
What?
And attach it to my code, and he will repeat whatever's inside this block 4 times. Okay, so I'm not saying you have to use it, but if you're wanting to kind of play around and see what happens, this repeat block is, you know, I wouldn't have to pull out so much code. And that one's, if you look at it, it's green. The color's green, so it's this loops color is green as well. So that's how I can kind of tell where these are. So I do want to give you guys some time to play and to see if you can do some different things with that. I think that we have all the code that we're going to need right here. We just have to maybe switch some things around, change some, copy, or duplicate that process on through to get a longer wall. So some different codes there that you can work with. All right. So I'm going to pull this back up. So we hopefully were able to get that 4 long. That was kind of our goal together. And now I'm going to pull up the creeper so hopefully you can all see him. So I do want you to keep playing with it. Okay, I do. And I want to give you some challenges. So if you're able to make the wall, I want you to do something a little different. And if you are able to make the wall, I want you to be able to continue to do that as well. So I'm going to give you, Ms. Dunbar, you think 18 minutes, and then we'll have time to wrap up?
I think that's good.
Okay. So kind of look at the objectives up here to see, if you start off with this top one, the beginner one, go for 10 blocks long. Okay. See if you can change the color of the wall in between. Go for 20 blocks. Okay. And then if you really want an advanced challenge, see if you can turn it into a square. All right. We're going to be here. Tammy and I are going to be here for assistance. Hopefully checking out those iPads.
Yeah, Mrs. A is going to hold hers up to the
Okay.
camera, so
All right.
I'm hoping.
I'm going to put the code back up as well.
Smart.
So that you can see it, because I want you to be able to see this code. I'm going to take the repeat out over here, but I want you to see that this is you can use this block in your code somewhere as well, okay? Or you can just leave it like it is. There's lots of ways. With the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you think about, you got to open the bread and get it out, but do I put the peanut butter on first or do I put the jelly on first? And you know what?
Ooh.
There's some people that like jelly first. So it's sequences kind of, it's,
yeah.
there is a right order, but there's also sometimes where it's a little gray and fuzzy. So
Yeah, you got to put the peanut butter on one slice and the jelly on the other, and then fold it
Okay.
together.
Okay. I like peanut butter on both slices,
Oh,
and
look
then
at
jelly in the
you.
middle. So again,
Ooh, nice.
yeah.
Mrs. A, this would be a great time to turn your camera on and let us see it. Oh, she's holding up the
She's
code.
holding
Ooh,
it up, but I don't see
we
where.
don't see your camera. Let me double check that her camera is activated.
Mrs. A.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Lucy Alvarado?
It is Terry. She's at the near the bottom. Terry
Okay.
Armendariz.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I
We
can
can hear
hear you.
you.
Okay, it should say like Armendariz or T. Armendariz.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we
For mine.
see your name and we hear you.
But you
I
don't
don't
see my
see
camera?
We
No.
are, and I've your here. I'm going to disable your camera and then I'm going to re-able your camera, just to see. Okay, so try turning your camera on again. I don't think that's working.
Oh, I see
Oh,
it
there
now.
it is. There it is. Okay, we got it. Yay.
There we go. And all of the kids are saying that their code won't work. So I'm thinking maybe there's something on our end in settings that maybe we need to turn on.
So when you push the play button right there, what happens?
You have to take it out of full screen.
Okay, so so let me go back to code, push
Okay.
the play button. Nothing happens.
Okay,
She
then
has it on run.
yeah, so now can you move the code? Get rid of the code so the screen pops up. Do you see the text box at the top,
Mhm.
the speech bubble?
Chat.
Okay, now type in the word, touch the text
Yep.
box and type in the word run, because that's what the agent's looking for.
RUN. And then
Enter.
return.
Yep. And nothing.
Nothing.
That's so weird. I have not come across this before. It sounds,
Yeah.
it does kind of sound like it's,
It's got to be some kind of settings because everyone's
there was a
doing the
setting
same
error.
thing. It said on another ones we looked at the error section and
yeah.
it said there was a settings error.
Okay, so
Unknown coming.
try this.
So
and I don't know.
Contreras has 8 kids that their code did work on the iPad.
So,
Oh.
Mrs. Armendariz, instead of putting that code in the on chat command, try putting it in the on start command and let's see what happens.
Yeah, we did that too, but I'll do it again.
No, that's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Abby, where's your? Okay, there it is.
It seems like on the iPad.
On start.
Okay.
Okay, so I got on start. Make it
Yeah.
smaller, and then just hit play.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
No, and it looks like it's try. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
So is anyone out there with an iPad? Is it working for you? Or is it just uniquely an iPad problem?
So it looks
It
like
is a
Sanchez
Contreras.
class. Are your iPads?
This was the error message that we're getting. Does that make any sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
So the last part where it says make sure you have permission to use it.
Yeah, I saw that, but I don't know where to get permission or where to set that permission settings, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's from your IT department.
That's what I'm thinking too.
That's
Okay.
Can they
some
turn the
things-
agent off?
Well, I know in previous versions there was a code builder piece that had to come down with the download. I hadn't heard of that for a long time, so I'm not sure. That's a bummer.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little disappointing, but thank you guys so much for your lesson. We really enjoyed it. Y'all tell them thank you.
So
I'll talk to our IT department and we'll get it working.
I
And
think
then
that's
maybe
got to
you
be it.
guys can go back and watch this video and jump back in and redo it.
Yes.
I'll celebrate and be happy.
Haven, are you
Okay.
talking about in Minecraft? One of my
What did we-
mavens is saying in settings you have to find the allow commands.
We
Does that
saw
sound-
that.
You did.
Somebody, you the allow commands, right?
Not commands, it was something else.
Oh, you was allow chat.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check that out. I'll go ahead and
Okay.
unmute. I mean,
Okay.
mute back.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Sorry
much.
about that.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right. Not y'all's fault, but thank you.
And Ms. Saldivar is saying, for some of us it's working, for some we're still getting the out of blocks error. And one of my mavens was talking about looking in settings for allow commands and double check the code. Yeah. My students were noticing, Mr. Hawkins, that your code was longer than what they were doing, but I think they're still in the
Yeah,
the
they were
first
still
one.
in that
Yeah.
first block, just trying to get it to lay one block. Anybody able to get their agent to build something longer than 4 blocks? If you want to show on the screen, or maybe you even made the square, teachers, we would love to see some of those.
Oh, look over in Ms. Dozier's class. They were holding up. Oh, look at that. Got a square. Look at that. In Dozier's class, they got a square.
Ooh.
Silent ASL chair. Yay.
I'm going to pop back over, see how much time we have left. Looks like just under 10 minutes.
Yep.
Just under 10 minutes. And then I'll go back to the code so you guys have that.
No problem, Haven. You may. Thank you so much. Yeah, where's Susie when you need her?
Right. I did added some code to my code. If you're still not sure how to get it to go longer, different colors, here's something you could choose. Looks like, anybody else want to share what they have?
Thank you, Harmon, for the help. I appreciate it.
Do you have a student in Italy, Mrs. Dunbar?
I do not.
Oh.
No, that I'm not sure where that person is.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I saw the name and admitted them, but I did not know. But hello in Italy.
I see lots of students working diligently at
Oh,
this
yeah.
project. I want to know how many.
There's another one in Ms. Dozier's class. Can you see that one?
I don't see Miss Dozier's camera on my screen. I'm not sure why.
Oh, do you have large gallery?
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah, that looks great. Look
There
at another perfect square. Well done.
Okay.
We've got some mavens in that class. For sure.
Yeah, great job.
And the focus is amazing. Bye, Miss Santiago's class. I'm so glad you second graders enjoyed it. Have a good lunch. We'll miss you. Keep crafting.
They are so excited. You can see it. Enjoy your lunch, Miss Santiago's class.
Bye.
Oh, here's another one in
Miss
Zaragoza.
Zaragoza. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that is long.
Is that to infinity? Oh my stars.
And now, can I
Look at
see your
that.
code? I want to see your code for that one.
Yeah. And that's an iPad, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So he or she, I can't tell which, used a repeat block.
Yep. Oh, there's
Yeah.
another one in Dozier's class.
Oh, another square.
Beautiful. Wow, great
Nicely
job,
done.
Ms. Zaragoza's class. I think Mrs. Dozier just has a ton of Minecraft mavens. Look at that one. Beautiful. It's like a square? No
Oh, can
problem.
you? Hey, Miss Dozier's class, can you show the code for your square?
Mm. I don't know if they can hear us.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, she's got a lot of people making squares. That was the advanced one, right? Oh, here we go. There you go. There's the code.
Okay.
Nice.
Nicely
Good.
done.
Yeah, the color. Thank you for putting your hand up.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. Oh. Hello, Ms. Contreras' class. Yes, we see you staring into the camera. Oh, they're heading to lunch too.
Oh,
See you
okay. Have a
next
good
time.
lunch.
Yeah, good times, everybody. Keep Minecrafting. Goodbye.
Okay.
Oh, there's Ms. Zaragoza's. Look at him working. Oh, yeah, look at you. Did you code all of that?
He's
Oh,
breaking some stuff.
he coded all of it. That's amazing. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Martinez's class.
Looks like he's agent is just going and going.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one in Dozier's class. Another
That one's-
square. Man, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Martinez's class. Thank you, Contreras' class. Oh, there's another one in Dozier's. Oh, look at that. Wow. Did you build that whole structure in Ms. Dozier's class? Wow. Nicely done. Thank you for sharing that.
He's a coding genius over there.
Yeah. I think the teachers are going to be handing out a lot of those Minecraft Maven badges today.
Okay. All right. So keep working.
Wow. I think we hit this right during lunchtime, Mr. Hawkins.
Right?
And I am far away from lunch.
Yeah. 10:30 here, so we're gonna wait for lunch too.
9:30 here.
Yeah.
Still drinking my coffee.
It's Dozier's class is just
They're
working away.
focused. Yeah,
Yep.
they're so focused. And Zaragoza's class, look at them go. Oh, there's one at Dozier's class again, holding it
Yeah,
up. Thank
saw
you, my
that
dear.
square.
Yeah, I see your blue square. You are another maven. Well done, my dear. Gee, I saw a lot of squares. Is it, you could make your agent do a square, but with alternating colors, right?
You could. Yep.
That'd be a little advanced.
They already have the code now. Let's see if they can. Who can change it? Make a pattern in their square.
Yeah. Well, and logically, couldn't you code to build like a whole structure?
Have your agent build your house up.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Good job. Dozier's class is just full of mavens. Wow. I am super impressed. What grade are you, Dozier's class? Was that a 3?
Second.
2?
Second
Second?
grade?
You have brilliant second graders.
She's going to tell you. We're in second grade. Listen.
Good job. Second grade. Second grade. Second grade. Wow. I'm impressed. And they're all building squares.
Right?
We got some future engineers. Oh, look there. Oh, what did you use to build that? That's gorgeous.
Some
What is
sparkly,
that?
isn't it?
Yeah. I like it. Less than a minute, friends.
Oh, gotta come
A little
closer. Maybe.
closer.
Let it focus.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, I see your square.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
a lot of
Yay.
work going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. There's your agent in a
Oh,
cage.
cute. Hey, agent.
He's out.
Oh, here comes some more. Oh, there's his wall. You've built a wall.
Stacked it. Is that 3 high?
Looks like it.
Does look like it.
Mm-hmm. Is that 3 blocks high? Oh, he's showing us the code. Wow.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Looks like that timer's up.
All right, students, we can come back to us, please. We are running close to being out of time. So I'm going to throw the creeper up there. You guys know what that means. Need your attention, please. So hands off your keyboards, hands off your screens. I just need you with us for just a minute. Hopefully, raise your hand if you were successful and able to get your agent to build something. Yeah, good. Hopefully you can see, this the more you manipulate with the code, the more you play with it, the more things that you can actually get your agent to do. And then thinking about sequencing and why it's important. And when Ms. Dunbar was talking about this earlier, I was thinking, in math, how important is the sequencing there, right?
Order of operations.
Or even just solving a basic problem, you have to do certain things first, right? Same thing with reading, like when you're writing a story or reading a story, thinking about the sequencing is all around us. And so just the importance of that. I feel like since I've started introducing my students to coding, that they recognize those sequences more often. So hopefully you were able to see some of that sequencing there today. Yep. And that you were able to get your agent to move, and then execute some code in a logical manner, and that you were able to complete the tasks, or at least one of the tasks that we asked you to complete today. And if you did, great job. Good job today. I want you to think about, as you move on, if you've never used the coding agent before and it's your first time, what other things can you get your coding agent to do? Right? How could you take the code that we already introduced you to, change a little bit, maybe build something like this? Or Mrs. Dunbar mentioned build a house for you, right? Which steps would you have to go through to build your house? So what are some other things that you could use your agent to do? All right, Ms. Dunbar, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so we've had a great time with you here today doing coding. Now we're going to be emailing digital certificates for all students, and we've mailed certificates with stickers for your classroom. And please, if you have a phone, like most of us do as teachers, scan that QR code right there. Super important. It's a survey, but if you take the survey, you're also entered into a contest to win a $25 Amazon gift card, teachers. So we're going to give you just like another 15, 20 seconds to get out that phone and take a picture of it and then scan that and take our survey. And don't know if I can get that in the chat, but can we get that in the chat? Maybe.
That's funny. I'm looking for it. I know that Kelly sent it out.
Well, no, I got the QR code in chat.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Perfect. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. There's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, nice work.
So thank you for joining us today. Mr. Hawkins and I are both NCCE professional learning specialists. So if you want to contact us, our emails are on the next screen. Feel free to reach out to us if you need additional help. This is the last session for this school year, but we're always here if you need more from NCCE, and reach out and let us know. And do we have a Padlet too, I think?
Yeah, and Kelly just put the link
Yes, she
to
did.
the survey in the chat. So if you don't have a phone, you can't scan that QR code, please just click on the link, go into there, fill
If you
that form
can.
out for us. It gives us, so much valuable information, how we're doing, how we can improve, and we'd love to hear back from you. So teachers, please fill out that form, and you know what? Maybe you'll get that $25 from Amazon, because who doesn't like free
Yeah.
money?
Amen. We're teachers after all.
That's right.
Free food, free money. We'll take it.
That's
All right.
right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody, we're so excited to have been here with you. Looking forward to sharing more Minecraft with you at some future date. But right now, we're just really proud of all of the work you've done. And thank you to the Minecraft mavens that helped out. And from California, farewell, goodbye, be good, play nice, don't fight, show your toys. See you next time.
Okay. Help, or are you doing okay?
All right, signing off from Boise, Idaho today as well. I'm going to go enjoy the snow. So